2025 has been an excellent year at the movies. A lot of studios swung big this year with huge blockbusters and some bold original films, but out of everything released, these are the 10 that truly delivered. Let's start things off with an Irish thriller that's probably the biggest hidden gem on the list.
Hey! What's this? These are the two animals you told me were dead.
You want them? Come get them.
This is Bring Them Down, a tense revenge thriller about a sheep farmer whose world is shattered when someone slaughters his whole flock. This one flew way under the radar, but it shouldn't have, with amazing performances from Barry Keoghan and Christopher Abbott. It was really atmospheric and keeps you sucked in with a great story and lots of twists. There's a lot of big budget films on this list, but Bring Them Down proves smaller films can still pack a punch. Then number 9 is our first example of a big studio taking a risk and it actually paying off. It's Sinners, the big budget vampire horror film set in 1930s Mississippi. Michael B. Jordan nails the dual role of the Moore twins, and Sinners really set the tone in early 2025 with loads of style as well as substance. The film touches on so many subjects from music to culture to race. If you like horror movies that are equal parts haunting and thought-provoking, Sinners was one of the best examples of that this year. Next up, there were a couple of solid superhero movies in 2025. My personal favorite was the DCU Superman, seeing as how it was the start of DCU's whole new cinematic universe. The movie had huge expectations on its shoulders. Luckily, it delivered for the most part in a film that was full of personality, with a grounded version of Clark Kent that felt closer to the classic comics. It had everything that makes a good superhero movie: great characters, a hopeful story, and plenty of over-the-top action scenes. There were surprisingly few good sci-fi movies to come out in 2025. There was one good one though, and that was the sci-fi comedy Mickey 17.
Imagine there's an unknown virus in the air,
And you're sucking in every single microscopic particle floating around.
This was a pretty anticipated movie as it was Bong Joon-ho's big budget follow-up to Parasite. It turned out to be a pretty weird but fun movie with plenty of originality and dark humor that you'd expect. Robert Pattinson was great as always. The film had some wonderful visuals and world building. It was emotional and thought-provoking as well, and while it might not go down as a timeless classic, it was easily one of the best sci-fi of 2025. Then at number 6 was the sports action film F1 the Movie.
Relapse the lifetime.
F1 puts you right in the middle of the Formula One world, following a rookie driver who joins a top-tier team. The movie goes all in on realism, from some of the cleanest and most thrilling racing sequences put on screen in years. You can almost feel the speed, the vibration, and the danger of the Formula One world. Whether you're an F1 fan or not, F1 the Movie was easily one of the most adrenaline-pumping films you could watch in all of 2025. Then for a very different film, there's the character-driven crime drama Roofman. This is the unbelievable true story of a criminal on the run who hides out from police for months in a hidden area at a Toys R Us. What's even more unbelievable is that he goes on to try and live a somewhat normal life, dating and getting out, all while a statewide manhunt is trying to track him down. The film makes the criminal, Jeffrey Manchester, seem like a really good guy despite his crimes, so you find yourself rooting for him. It's a really crazy story, and Channing Tatum nails his performance. Roofman is definitely worth checking out if you enjoy those strange but true kind of stories. At number 4 was one of the biggest Netflix movies to drop this year, Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein. Del Toro rarely, if ever, makes a bad film, so the expectations for this were pretty high. Luckily, it delivered with a glorious gothic horror that has all the visual flourish you'd expect from the director. Virtually every single shot in this movie looked well thought out, and the director and actors absolutely nailed the heart and humanity of the legendary monster story. It was a beautiful and heartbreaking film, and definitely one of the must-watch movies of the year. At number 3 was one of the most anticipated horror movies of 2025, Weapons. This was director Zach Cregger's first film after the acclaimed 2022 film Barbarian, and surprisingly, he managed to top it. Weapon was bigger and darker than Barbarian and was so unpredictable, it kept you glued to the screen. 2025 had plenty of horror films, but Weapons was one of the boldest, proving Cregger is one of the most exciting new voices in modern horror. Coming in at number 2 is one of the wildest and most audacious movies of the year.
Thank you, Sensei. Thank you, Sensei, thank you! God damn it! Viva la revolution!
This is One Battle After Another, the latest film from director Paul Thomas Anderson. This was one of Anderson's boldest swings, part action thriller, part dark comedy, part political drama. It was one of the director's most entertaining films in ages, with tons of energy, intense set pieces, and a kind of screwball tone that kept it from ever getting overly serious. A lot of people complain about the constant stream of remakes and sequels these days, and rightly so, and One Battle After Another proves that big studios can be successful with completely original and artistic films as well. Then at number 1 was the most intense and unflinching movie this year.
1 minute out! We have enemy on our building and all surrounding buildings.
Roger that. Stand by. Going hot.
This is Warfare, an action war film that's as tense of a movie as you'll find in 2025. It's about a real-life 2006 mission by a platoon of U.S. Navy SEALs in Iraq. It isn't a polished, heroic war movie, but more raw and terrifying. It shows the brutal realism of combat and proves that films can still challenge and haunt you without spectacle or CGI. It's masterfully directed by Alex Garland and full of knockout performances. Warfare is an unforgettable watch and easily my favorite movie of 2025. Let me know your favorite 2025 movies in the comments below. Thanks again for watching. See you again soon.